Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to this week's vlog. Please, if you have not subscribed yet, kindly subscribe to my channel. Just pause, hit the subscribe button that is right here, just down here. Click it and it is just to notify you whenever I have posted a new video. So on today's vlog, I thought I would share with you guys my top 5 podcasts that I am currently listening to and that I am really loving, just because I think almost everyone is at home or working from home and we are looking for things to keep us entertained. I would also like to hear from you guys what you're listening to so that I can also add them to my playlist and just keep these days moving. Man, we don't know how long this will last. We just hope that it will go and go forever. But yeah, so here are my top 5 podcasts. The first podcast that I am currently loving is Legally Clueless by Adele Onyango. Adele Onyango was a radio presenter at Kiss FM and she uploads new episodes every single week on Mondays. Her podcast is all about her journey in life, what her experiences, how she grieves over her mom, rape culture. She just speaks about so many things, and the thing about it is that she has a feature on her podcast called 100 African Stories, where she brings on so many other people who also share their stories, either negative or positive, things that have changed or impacted their lives in one way or another. And it's quite inspiring and it kind of like makes you feel like you're not alone in this world. The things that you're going through, there are other people who are also going through either the same thing or maybe even worse things. She also gave her story on the day she resigned from her job and the kind of mental state that she was in at that time. It's a really cool podcast to listen to. The second podcast that I am currently loving is Joel Osteen's podcast. It's a spiritual podcast. They upload, I believe it's every single day, but I'm not quite sure about it. It's a 30-minute sermon. They upload a 30-minute sermon on their podcast, and I love listening to it every single day in the morning, especially when I'm headed to work. It kind of like kickstarts my day in the right way, and I just love it. I know so many people have their own opinions over Joel Osteen and his wife Victoria, but it's a matter of just listening to the message. It's the message that matters, nothing else. And I really love the sermon. It's nice. I can't really complain about it. The third podcast that I am currently loving is Jesus and Jollof. It's a podcast by 2 Nigerian women who live in either the UK or the United States. I'm not quite sure about it. Their name is Lavi and Yvonne. They have the most hilarious sense of humor. Like their sense of humor is awesome, and their podcast is all about their journey, how they dealt with culture shock when they moved to wherever they are right now. I'm not sure if it's in the States or the UK, either of the two, and their life as 2 Nigerian women in a foreign land, and also their love for Jesus, their Christianity, their religious lives. Yes, they share all that in their podcast, and it is quite hilarious. It's so nice, especially when you're having a really bad day. You can listen to either Joel Osteen if you have no problem with him, or Jesus and Jollof. It will really make your day. The fourth podcast that I am currently loving is Oprah's Masterclass. Anything that Oprah touches turns to gold. I really love that podcast. She brings on so many celebrities and they just share their journey and their success stories, what they went through to get to where they are right now, and it is very, very inspiring. My favorite podcast my favorite episode in that podcast is the one by Steve Harvey. His story is quite something, and it is something that I try as much as possible to always remember that age is nothing but a number. I believe he found success when he was either 40 or 40 something years, and even through all that he did not lose hope. He was quite determined to just break into the comedy scene, no matter how late it was, and to him it wasn't late. So I try to always remind myself that age is nothing but a number, and you should not limit yourself to a certain age group or a certain number. The final podcast that I am currently listening to is the Spread podcast by Kaz Lucas. It's a podcast on sex and sexuality. She tries to break the norm that surrounds sex and how people talk about it, especially in our African cultures. It's a really interesting podcast to listen to if you are comfortable with such discussions, because it is quite raw and unfiltered. And I really love that podcast. Please share with me what you're currently listening to, and let's help each other grow our playlist. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.